long as you have your health, be thankful for it and keep away from all these drugs and stuff that the kids are pushing today.
Well, everyone's gathered for the Daily Miracle. Here's your microphone.
And now from the Bamboo Peace Palace in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, inside the George Carlin Memorial Studio.
Have a nice day.
Keep it roll upside down, smack it with some octane. I widowed a block or two and left them on the high side. Injection is nice, but I'd rather be warm. It's just another vice, it's long gone.
I know what 2 plus 2.
This hour on WMNH is sponsored by CGI Business Solutions, located at 5 Dartmouth Drive in Auburn. They serve all your business needs, including employee benefits planning, corporate design and business administration, investments and wealth management, and customized business insurance solutions. Their phone number is 866-841-4600 or on the web at cgibusinesssolutions.com.
Bring your kitchen to life with Queen City Cabinetry, located at 87 Elm Street in the historic Sunbeam Mall in Manchester. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. They can be reached at 603-222-2007 or on the web at queencitycabinetrynh.com. Come see the possibilities. Queen City Cabinetry, another proud sponsor of WMNH.
Come on down to the Hop Knot at 1000 Elm Street, Manchester's premier craft beer and gourmet pretzel bar. Tell us more, Trudy.
We make our dough fresh every day. We make a variety of styles of pretzels and serve craft beer, cocktails, and a few bottles of wine. We do the traditional pretzel, and we have multiple flavors for that. We also do stuffed pretzels, pretzel sandwiches, 3 dessert pretzels, and pretzel knots.
The Hop Knot in the Brady Sullivan Plaza at 1000 Elm Street.
Clemento's Pizzeria, family friendly, awesome for a date night. Clemento's Pizzeria. For delivery, call 603-782-8450. Clemento's Pizzeria, the best pizza in town. 1875 South Willow Street in Manchester, New Hampshire. Best cocktails around. Come in as friends and leave as family.
You are listening to WMNH-LP, Manchester's radio, broadcasting at 95.3 megahertz frequency modulation from the top of 1000 Elm Street. Our studios are located at 1045 Elm Street and licensed to Manchester Public Television Service in Manchester, New Hampshire, USA. Contact us by email at WMNH953@gmail.com or through our website at WMNHradio.org.
Keep it roll upside down, smack it with some octane. I widowed a block or two and left them on the high side. Injection is nice, but I'd rather be warm. It's just another vice, it's long gone. She's a Dracula Eastwood, and her beauty don't mean a thing. another vice is long gone, long gone. Ooh, long gone, long gone.
Listen, thanks for doing this interview. I know it's not your typical style.
Absolutely.
Have you ever met a gay person before?
I deal better with regular people.
We are back, and joining me now is the worst thing to happen to Disney since the It's a Small World ride, and the most boring, Governor Ron DeSantis.
Welcome to the free state of Florida.
Okay, let's cut this shit. Governor, you go by so many nicknames. Which do you prefer I call you? Ron DeSanctimonious? Meatball Ron? Dull as dishwater DeSantis? Trump Light? Little Ronnie Pudding Fingers? Ronald McDoofus? I can continue.
You can call me whatever you want. I mean, just as long as you also call me a winner.
Girl. No. You have become quite a star, my friend, using your evil to turn back time and make your state an unsafe place for so many.
That's just what I do.
Well, I guess my question is, are you ready to do it on a national scale?
Absolutely.
Do you have what it takes, Governor, to snatch Donald Trump's $5 weave and steal the MAGA base?
I think the country wants a change. I think they want a fresh start in a new direction.
Ron DeSantis, has fame gone to your head and made you wacky? Fresh and new is yesterday's vibe. Who needs cultural advancement, diversity, compassion, or Trixie Mattel? This country's in a slow-burning Uber X headed right back to the dark ages. And baby, you're just the heartless autocratic wannabe to drive us there. Hey MAGA, y'all take note. He's the Trump alternative who wants your vote. Hey Donald, get in line. There's a fresh new fascist trying to steal your shine. So let's go make liberal unlawful. Bid on drag shows and freedoms farewell. Say hello to a new kind of awful. Hey girl, it's time to drag this country straight to hell. Hey MAGA, welcome to DeSantis. Whoa, MAGA, welcome to DeSantis. Go Ronnie, gay. USA, get a load of him. This could be your future and it's awfully grim. Here comes our hero of the culture war. And he's got his eye on 2024. Sorry, Joe, take a token, start drinking. Look out for the most boring new right-wing creep. Cause he's over that woke forward thinking. So he's come to put the country back to sleep. And I go, welcome to DeSantis. No, thank you, no. Welcome to the bigoted old-timey days where we ban all the books and we hate all the gays. Brace yourself for major small energy, cause it's time for a tyrant like Bonnie D. Hi. Wife and children when DeSantis runs, cause our lives are secondary to the damn guns. Let's go retrogress to 1953. Last call for all your bodily autonomy. Sit back, relax, and listen to him spit and spew his conservative view. The race be the base, which is all they do. Hey Ronnie, full of hate. You're the Shelby Stalin of the Sunshine State. Nobody likes you cause you're harsh and mean. Even Mickey Mouse is like, this queen. But say no immigration. Put an end to those pesky old human rights. Cause we know that he'll fight for our nation till at last it's safe for lovely Christian whites. Finally, hey MAGA, welcome to DeSantis. MAGA, welcome to DeSantis.
We will never ever surrender to the woke mob.
Ronnie, go, Ronnie, gay. Thank you, no.
I have fought the good fight.
Oh, mama. No.
Okay, bring it on.
Girl, no.
everybody. Welcome. Here we go. It is that time again. Matt Connerton Unleashed, and we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in glorious downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Also on Comcast 97 if you're in Manchester. And hello to all of our online listeners across the nation and around the globe. You can go to my website, mattconnerton.com, for all your live streaming options, social media links, contact info, show archives, etc., etc. Today is Wednesday, May 31, 2023. By the way, for those of you watching online, I have my snazzy new shirt that I posted a picture of. Very nice, my new WMNH shirt. I love it. It fits perfectly, too. It's really cool. And it's nice. It's always nice to wear something new. It feels good, you know, feels good. Let's see, we've got, so what is going on in the chat room? My goodness. We've got, somebody's being a little rambunctious in there. Anyway, we have an exciting show for you. Our friend Eric Pilcher is going to be joining us at 4:15 Eastern time. Of course, he's in the central time zone. He is in Iowa in, what they call the Midwest. Yes, but actually, that's an exciting place to be right now because, in Iowa, all the presidential candidates, they make a swing through there. I think Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida might be there today, as a matter of fact. But, and they have a lot of corn. They have cornfields or something. I don't know. What do they really have in Iowa? But anyway, our friend Eric Pilcher will be joining us in just a little bit for our weekly media segment. And then... coming up in the second hour number 2, Numero Dos, we have a musical guest joining us. The guys from Stand Up Audio are going to be coming in. And they've got a big show this weekend coming up at the Rex Theater right here in Manchester. So they're going to talk about that, and we'll get caught up with them, see what's been going on. They were on... It was a little while ago. It might have been more than a year ago now, the last time that they were on. I'm not sure time. It just, it all runs together. But I did open with one of their songs today, Dracula Eastwood by Stand Up Audio. That was the opening track today. And then I also played something from Randy Rainbow, Welcome to DeSantis. We love Randy Rainbow. And, appropriately enough, too, tomorrow is the beginning of Pride Month. And speaking of which, we have our wonderful sponsor, the Hop Knot. Right across the street at 1000 Elm Street. And this is what Kenny posted, Kenny from the Hop Knot, of course. This is what he posted on social media a little bit ago. He wrote, tomorrow is the beginning of Pride Month, and we're getting rolling with 3 big events. Today we have the Secret Wizard Handshake Pride Release Party with our friends from Two Share at 6 p.m., so that's tonight. Usually Wednesdays is industry night at the Hop Knot, but tonight they're doing that. The Secret Wizard Handshake Pride Release Party. Tomorrow we have Stop 2 on the Manchester Pride Pub Crawl. The crawl starts at Doogie's at 6 p.m., and we'll see you at 7 p.m. And Saturday we've got live music from Matt Litzinger from 7 to 9 p.m. at night. Yeah, we've played some of... we've got to get him on the show. We've played some Matt Litzinger on the show before. And he's one of those musicians who kind of, does a regular thing, maybe once every 6 weeks or so. He performs live at the Hop Knot. So very cool. So he'll be there this weekend. Also, after live music, again, this is Saturday night. After live music, we'll be rolling into our Gender Blender drag show at 10 p.m. This is a 21 plus event. And there's a $5 cover this time. We'll be raffling off some fun and frisky prizes for you all that you won't want to miss. So lots going on there at the Hop Knot this weekend. And by the way, those gourmet pretzels are pretty good too. And they have an ever-growing assortment of craft beer. So definitely, please visit our wonderful sponsor, the Hop Knot. You'll be glad that you did. Although if you are Governor DeSantis of Florida and you happen to be campaigning in New Hampshire on Saturday, he might want to stay away from there. I'm just saying. But I think he might be in Iowa for a while. I don't know. But yes, of course, tomorrow is the beginning of Pride Month. Every June. Let's see. If you'd like to get in with a call, 603-250-6007. The studio line is open, 603-250-6007. You can also text me at 617-917-4476. I'm on social media at Matt Connerton. Oh, I think... Someone's very anxious to join us. By the way, he wants his own theme music now. Seems a little bit of a diva, but that's fine. We can accommodate. Little Motorhead. Little Motorhead. Won't say the name of the song, but... Eric, is that you?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Eric. Eric Pilcher from Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Yes. Hello, Matt.
Well, hello. I like the Motorhead song.
Thank you.
Yes.
I would like to say, Matt, we have had a mutually beneficial friendship.
Yes.
Have we not?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Yes. I would concur with that. Now, with that being said, there are some things that have transpired over the last couple weeks.
Oh my goodness. What would that be?
Well, I'm a pretty in-demand guy.
You are, yes. Probably because, this radio show has helped to raise your profile.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
I was carousing through Facebook last night.
Carousing? Okay.
I want to say that I absolutely love this person. I consider him a good friend.
Oh.
I see
me?
Matt Connerton Unleashed post the best of Texas Mike.
Yes, one of our many best of episodes.
What I want to know is someone who has contributed for a year and a half.
Has it been a year and a half already? Wow.
Why don't I have a best of?
Oh, right.
I also would like to know, where is my WMNH t-shirt?
Oh.
Someone had to buy me a Hopknot shirt as a gift.
Yeah.
Sponsor of your show.
Well, I mean, these things, they have to be shipped. You got to put them in the mail. It's a whole big thing.
You know what? Listeners, I love you all. I'm going to go ahead and just say this right now.
Yeah.
Hashtag get Eric his t-shirt. Let your voices be heard.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said, I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. You got to take a shirt. You got to put it in the package.
Get Eric his t-shirt. John Hopwood would get me a t-shirt.
Well, I don't think John Hopwood has t-shirts.
If he did, I would probably have one.
And as far as the best of Eric, I would just say this: I'm going to write that on a list. I mean, I have a whole, and I can even show it to people online. I have a whole list of upcoming best of ideas. I'm going to put your name right at the bottom, so it's on there.
The bottom?
Well, that's where there's room. That's where there's room. So I'm going to put yes. I put you. So you're on the list. You're right after best of political song parodies. You're next after that. So that you're like I've got a whole batch of these I need to produce. So I have you at you're number 14 on the list. I think that's pretty good.
I honestly
I think that's good.
Like I'm not being taken seriously here, Matt.
No, well, okay. You know what? I'm going to move you up to 13. I can actually do that. I'm going to draw a little arrow, and I'm going to move you from 14 up to 13, and we'll put the song parodies at 14. And that's that's great. See, you're already moving up. Your hard work is already paying off, my friend.
I also would like to add that
yes.
Melanie La Liberty has a t-shirt.
Does she? Well, that's but she probably came to Manchester to pick it up.
I mean, if all it needs is postage, I can pay for a postage label.
By the way, Mel is asking in the Facebook live chat, am I on the list, Mel's best inappropriate comments? And actually, Mel, yes, you are. You're number 12. Mm-hmm.
You know, I also have heard that there's going to be a massive uprising in July. A certain somebody is really going to be getting his radio program off the ground.
Oh, yes. Someone from New York City. New York City?
Apparently, that's where you go to make it in media.
Yes. Well, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. I heard that in a song once.
And I really don't appreciate what Melanie just said to me in the chat. That was very mean. I've always been nothing but nice to Melanie.
Well, you know, you start demanding. I mean, look, you got your own theme music. I mean, that's pretty good, right? Why can't you just be happy with that? I mean, what is it with you guys from Iowa? You're all,
See, Mr. John Hopwood has shown me how in demand I am.
That is true.
And I was also on one of Billy Painter's programs this past week.
Outlaw Radio, yes.
Yes. And, yes. So, see, and this is a credit to you, Matt. You gave me the platform.
Yes.
So I do appreciate it.
Thank you.
But I also think, as my star is rising here, doesn't Manchester have a great ice cream shop?
I don't know. I don't eat ice cream, really.
I mean, where's the Eric Pilcher ice cream bars?
Oh, ice cream bars. Was that
Eric Pilcher souvenir cups?
Yeah.
This benefits you, Matt.
Well, yeah. I mean, there is perhaps some opportunities for merchandise. Yeah, that's. I suppose that's true.
I totally agree. This is a marketable face.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course. But
rest assured, I am not unprofessional. I am not going to sit here and say I'm going to quit my film reviews until my demands are met. I'm asking my fellow Connertonites to go ahead and do hashtag get Eric his t-shirt.
You know what? I suspect that within the hour that will be trending #1 worldwide on Twitter. And when it does, if that happens, I promise you, if that gets trending #1 worldwide on Twitter, your shirt will be in the mail post haste. I make that pledge to you, sir. I make that pledge to you.
Actually, Matt, I'm going to start this.
Oh, are you tweeting? Well, it's got to start somewhere. It has to start somewhere. It has to start somehow. Yes.
Oh, yeah. That is what I think I would like to see. I would like to feel a little appreciation here.
Yes. Well, listen, obviously, and you've extended appreciation. You've acknowledged that I'm responsible for all of your newfound fame and
newfound fame. Yes, because you see, Matt, many people know this. I am a five-time Iowa Collegiate Media Association award-winning writer. I have been a part of a local news Emmy award-winning documentary.
I don't know if I knew that. But yes, of course, people know that about you, and they respect that about you, and value you, and
as they should. I'm a national treasure.
Yes. I agree. An international treasure, really. You're like
very much so. Thank you.
You're like a universal treasure. You're an intergalactic treasure. That's what you are. Yes.
You know what? Thank you.
Yes.
And maybe Melanie La Liberty needs to realize that instead of saying hashtag Eric E Big Baby.
Oh.
fighting for the rights of all WMNH contributors here.
Yes.
I'm like the Rosa Parks of WMNH contributors.
Well, good on you.
But I'm doing this for Kyle Clayton. I'm doing this for Texas Mike. I'm doing this for Gonzo, DJ Reckless, all of us who contribute. See, if I can get this, what can they get?
I think they all have shirts already, though. So what do they need from this? Oh, wait, no, I shouldn't have said that. I'm sure none of them have shirts. I'm sorry. Never mind. Oh, that's awkward. Well, anyway. Yeah.
Let's get on with the media segment before things really get off the rails here, because I'm a man of professionalism.
Jenny says, I'm chopped liver. You didn't mention Jenny in your...
Jenny, you know what? I am so sorry, Jenny. Jenny as well. I'm standing up for Jenny as well.
Yes. Well, all right. Well,
she's Team Mel.
Well, I just ask you this one thing. Just please, whatever you do, and I'm usually pro-union, but I would ask you to please not unionize with the other contributors to the program in here.
Conservative. We don't believe in unions.
Thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. Although there are conservatives in New Hampshire who are pro-union, but in Iowa, I know Iowa's a little different in a lot of ways. Let's be honest.
Iowa, there is a great divide on unions.
Yes.
There is very much a large divide.
Yes.
On where we stand with unions. Our unions in Iowa do wield a lot of power.
Mm-hmm.
And they use it pretty well,
Mm-hmm.
but our governor is really fighting back on that.
Do they have right to work in Iowa?
I don't believe so.
Here in New Hampshire, and this is I only know about this because of the show that I used to co-host on Channel 23, Rock Paper Hand Grenades, with the late Gary Hopper. But in New Hampshire, there's always some conservatives who try to pass right to work. Every term they try to pass it, but there's always enough Republicans who actually vote with Democrats, Republicans who are at least sympathetic to unions who vote against right to work, so they can never get it through here.
Yeah, well, yes, Iowa is a right to work state.
Oh, okay.
I mean, look, as a member of management, I've sat in on unemployment hearings and had to speak on behalf of the company as someone who has terminated someone.
Oh.
And unemployment is very pro employee.
Yeah.
But I will say I had a undefeated record in unemployment hearings.
Wait, you had what?
I had an undefeated record. No one won an unemployment claim against me.
Oh, no kidding.
No kidding.
Oh, wow.
4-0.
Melanie said in the chat room, quote, as a member of management, blah, blah. Wow.
Well, Melanie was one of my favorite listeners.
I know. Now you're...
I'm beginning to think maybe Shannon becomes my favorite listener.
Oh, wow.
Maybe Easy G.
Oh, dude. Wow. Yikes.
Yeah.
Well. All right.
So yeah. And I will say the people that were fired should have been fired. They were given every opportunity to save their jobs.
Yes.
And I was a very much an employee-based boss. I told them, I will stand up for you as long as you give me something to stand up for.
Yes.
But the minute you don't, I have no choice. I have people above me that I have to listen to.
Right.
And if they say, no, that's it, and I don't have a leg to stand on, I have to do it.
Yes.
So yes, but yeah, Iowa is a right to work state, but they are also very pro-employee when it comes to unemployment. There's a lot of great programs for those that are unemployed, even if they don't win unemployment.
Yeah.
Like the Iowa Unemployment Office, if you were let go or laid off from a job that is having a reduction that has went down job-wise, they will pay for your training to go into a high-demand career.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good.
It's a program that when I was let go from my previous job that I'm taking advantage of.
Yes.
So there is a lot of great things that we do in Iowa, and I believe that we're one of the very few states in the union that doesn't have a deficit right now.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes.
Yeah, that's unusual. Although I don't think we do in New Hampshire either. I think we operate out of surplus, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. So, I mean, those are things that as an Iowan, I'm very proud of.
Yes, yes. Well, you might be seeing our governor in your state before long if he does in fact get in.
Yeah, I really they are going to start coming, and they're going to start coming in droves. I try to go if they're in Cedar Rapids and my schedule allows.
Yeah.
But they have them at weird times. I don't know if you've ever noticed that.
No.
In Iowa, they're at weird times, like 2:00 on a Thursday.
Really? That is weird.
And it's like, wait a minute, Republicans, you need to focus on your base here.
Yeah, not everyone can skip out of work at 2:00 on a Thursday, in other words.
Yeah, same with Democrats. They do the same thing. They're like at 1:00 on a Friday.
Yeah.
And it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah, that there's something almost European about that. Like you're trying to get in. You're trying to get in an event when everyone takes their break from work for their nap or something.
It was bizarre because when I worked at a news station, we would always have the midday news, and which was at 11 Iowa time, and all of us would have to stay for live coverage of presidential visits in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, why not do these at night? But they would go to Des Moines at night or the Quad Cities at night.
Oh. Well, okay. Well, that might explain it then, because they're trying to get multiple events in.
Right. But it's just like Cedar Rapids feels like chopped liver.
I gotcha.
Because it's like, so you're treating us like we're some little small rinky-dink town when we're the second biggest city in the state.
Yeah. Now DeSantis has been there more than once now, right?
Yes, Trump has been to Des Moines and Ottumwa. But he has not been to what we call the corridor area, which is the Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, that whole area.
Okay. But he was supposed to go to one of those places, and there was a tornado watch or something?
He was supposed to go to, I think it was Manchester, which is about 45 minutes away from Cedar Rapids.
I didn't know you had a Manchester in Iowa. I knew there were other Manchesters, but I didn't know you had one in Iowa.
Yes, we do.
Oh. I think ours is probably better.
Yep, we have a Manchester, Iowa.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yes, last year, at their fair last year, they had the great Vanilla Ice perform.
Hey, by the way, Melanie said in the chat room, "Hey Matt, don't tell Eric that I whoops, I wasn't supposed to say this." Well, I started it.
Listen, I don't care about unleashed sweatpants, pens, and stationery. T-shirt.
Yes. Yeah. So now, who else has been there other than DeSantis and Trump to Iowa?
I'm trying to think. I think those are the two big ones that have been here. I know Biden. I know Kamala Harris was supposed to come.
Yeah.
Like 3 days after it was announced, it got canceled.
Oh, okay.
For whatever reason.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, our governor, Chris Sununu, might get in. Apparently, he's going to, within the next month, he's supposed to make a decision. Chris Christie is getting in this week, apparently.
Oh, why?
He wants to be the anti-Trump, apparently. Yeah, Chris Christie to me is interesting in that there are things about him that I find detestable. Like, for example, I don't believe for a second that he didn't know what was going on with Bridgegate. I've never believed him on that.
He knew.
He absolutely knew. I believe that too. But there's other things about him I do kind of appreciate. But yeah, he wants to be the anti-Trump.
But the Republicans don't want an anti-Trump.
I know.
Ron is an anti-Trump and win the nominee.
Yeah, the more people who get in, I think the more. And that's why Trump is kind of like, well, with Tim Scott. I mean, I think there's a few reasons, but when Tim Scott announced he was getting in, Trump was like, "Oh, welcome to the race." It ultimately helps Trump, I think.
One thing that I do want to say, and this is just the Republicans that I know.
Yeah.
I know many Republicans. They value loyalty.
Yeah.
Loyalty is something they hold in high regard. And this cycle, if anything, Donald Trump has shown he is not loyal to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Even his former press secretary.
Yes, Kayleigh McEnany. Yes. Apparently he went off on her.
Yes. So I read an article that you sent me in preparation of today's segment.
Yes.
And I'm kind of blown away by this because Kayleigh McEnany is like one of the most ardent Trump supporters.
Oh, yeah.
She has never wavered. Never once.
No.
And we don't know the whole facts on the poll numbers she quoted.
Yeah, it says here. So this is from Mediaite. This is from the article I sent you. It says, for people who don't know what we're talking about, former President Trump drew an icy reception for his broadside against Kayleigh McEnany, even from his reliable right-wing media boosters at Newsmax. Robert Finnerty hosted Newsmax's Wake Up America on Wednesday. As the show ran through Trump's latest proclamations on Truth Social, the show gave particular notice to Trump's post where he slammed McEnany, his former White House press secretary turned Fox News host, after she acknowledged the 2024 primary competition he faces from Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. And Trump wrote this, and by the way, he misspelled milquetoast because he doesn't know how to spell it. He wrote, Kayleigh Milquetoast McEnany just gave out the wrong poll numbers on Fox News. I am 34 points up on DeSanctimonious, not 25 up. While 25 is great, it's not 34. She knew the number was corrected upwards by the group that did the poll. The rhinos and globalists can have her. Fox News should only use real stars, unquote. Wow.
I'm pretty sure Kayleigh McEnany is one of their top personalities now.
Probably, yeah.
I believe she's a multiple-time New York Times best-selling author. I mean, to me, she is a star. And again, we don't know the facts behind these numbers. Was she just given the numbers, and were they given to her erroneously? Did she account for margin of error when she reported the numbers? There's a lot of things that could have went wrong. So to just slander someone, especially someone who has been so loyal to you in some of the most difficult situations.
Yeah, I
remember when the grab them by the private region thing went down, and she had to get up in front of the media and not defend him, but certainly had to take a slant that, if you're really good at reading body language, you could tell she wasn't comfortable with.
Well, the thing is, it's what I find bizarre about this is, I mean, we all know Trump expects loyalty and allegiance to him, but his skin has gotten very thin. I mean, this is incredible. All she did was talk about a poll, and she got the numbers wrong, or maybe it was a different poll. The polling data has been all over the place, as I'm sure you've noticed, Eric. So yeah. Who knows? But she still had him up in the poll, and she's like, but he's like, he takes everything personally. It's as though like he reacts the same way he would have reacted if she had suddenly just completely turned on Trump and said, you know what, I've changed my mind. I regret ever being his press secretary, and I think he's a horrible human. Like he's reacting as though she did that. Like there's nothing like the slightest. You can't even call it an infraction. She just recited some numbers that apparently weren't that he didn't like, and he just completely turns on her. It's like, is he? I mean, I wonder if he's losing his mind. Is he slipping? Maybe, because even for him, this is he's really getting thin-skinned.
And he is, and I think a lot of it has to do with, I think he does legitimately feel threatened going into this. And it's almost as if he is just going to be on the defensive this whole cycle.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that that's going to create a really good opening for someone. If they can somehow find a way to expose that. Because for all things, and Donald Trump is very intelligent. And I know there's going to be people that say, no, he's an idiot. Absolutely not. I think he's a very intelligent man. Because he plays this, and I've said this before, he can play this quasi-victim card better than anyone, and you don't even realize he's playing it.
I think, yeah, I mean, his target audience certainly doesn't realize what he's doing and the way he manipulates. I think he's very smart in some ways. I certainly don't. I've never said, I mean, personally, I've never called him, I don't think I have ever said that he was stupid or anything like that. I mean, I don't think you get to be president of the United States being an idiot. I think he's smart, and so I don't think he's anything. He certainly is not a deep thinker, and he's not an intellectual by any stretch.
Right.
But I do think in certain ways he's very smart. He is very smart about, for example, he understands marketing and branding very well, and he understands how to market himself and how to appeal. He understands his audience. I won't even say supporters. In this case, he understands his audience very well, and understands how to give them exactly what they want. And in that way, he is very smart. Yes, I agree.
And that's the thing is, if Chris Christie runs, I guarantee you, as reprehensible as this sounds, is you're going to see an ad with attacking Chris Christie with all those photos of him eating food that make him look like a slovenly human being.
Oh yeah, Trump's done that before. He's when he felt threatened by Chris Christie in the past. He's posted pictures on Truth Social of Chris Christie eating or and insulting his way. Which, by the way, Trump doesn't have a lot of room to be casting those kinds of insults. He's not exactly svelte, no matter what Dr. Ronnie said.
Right, and I just think it's attacking a record is one thing. Attacking him for something like that, I think, is off limits. But I guarantee you, I don't think Trump will tie his name to it. I think it will be a political committee that does it.
Oh, yeah.
But it's coming.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely it is. Absolutely. Is there any... So, I don't think there's anyone, though, who's a real threat to Trump, do you? I mean, I still think he's going to be the nominee.
I mean, I'm going to wait and see who all jumps into the fold.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple names that I would be interested in. There are a couple names that if they got into the fray, I would certainly consider caucusing for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's as open and shut as people think. And why I say that is Fox News has a very good way of swaying voters' opinions.
But I feel like you think so, because I feel like the more that Trump attacks Fox, between that and Tucker Carlson leaving, I mean, haven't they lost some of their influence? Don't you think?
No, because they still have their base audience.
Yeah,
they have people that are gonna watch no matter what.
Right.
That's what Tucker doesn't grasp.
Yeah.
In his whole thing on going on Twitter and how he's going to promote the truth. And Tucker wouldn't know the truth if it stood up to him face to face and said, "Hey, I'm Truth.
Right.
How are you?" Tucker Carlson is a caricature. He is a character. He is like the pro wrestling bad guy of political pundits.
I don't even know what's going on with him now.
I honestly think his future is on hold, because I think his no compete is in question.
Yeah.
I mean, which it should be, because if you fired him, it would depend on the wording of the no compete. If it's an ironclad no compete, then he can't do anything.
Well, that's what I wondered about. I mean, I'd be curious exactly what's in that contract, because, it may have been written as, I mean, again, they're claiming that there's a no compete, so he can't just go work for somebody else. But the way that it's written, it might be that he just can't go work for another news organization. But his announcement was he was going to do a show on Twitter. And that, depending on how that contract is written, that might not have taken that into account. If it's written like an old school contract that, you know what I'm saying? What's that?
He re-upped a short time ago.
Okay.
So I don't, in short time ago is subjective.
Yeah.
But he did renew.
Yeah.
So again, whenever you renew in media, and Matt, I'm sure you know this, whenever you renew, there is almost always a rewording of certain clauses.
Yeah.
Such as terminated with cause.
Right.
Non-compete, what you are owed, vacation time, all of that. So it would depend on what they do on how they worded that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would think social media would be included, but it would also have to depend on, okay, why did you fire him though?
Yeah. I know that for me, every April here at the station, they give me a new parking pass, and then I know that I'm probably good for another year.
I think you need a better agent, Matt.
Right? And it's like, okay, I know I'm, because I always say my goal here is to come in and spend 2 hours not getting fired. But yeah, I just tried looking up online, and I can't find anything about what his current situation is. So I don't know. Well, then again, after the debacle with DeSantis, he might not want to. Maybe he's rethinking doing a show on Twitter.
That went as well as anyone with common sense could have predicted.
Yeah, you know what though? No one's going to remember that. Like 6 months from now, no one's going to care. And he raised a ton of money after that.
But I'll tell you one thing, and we spoke about it out with Chris Christie. That's ammunition for the Trump gun.
Right.
And I promise you, it will get used.
Oh, of course.
I mean, it's turning out that these Republican debates are going to be must-see TV.
By the way, Crystal posted in the chat room, she said Trump will probably make an attack ad with Chris Christie as Mayor McCheese or Grimace. Yeah, I can imagine that.
Can I say something?
Yes.
I kind of want to see that.
Right. I know.
I'd be like, you know what? I'm okay with this.
Right. Yeah. We have a few.
I'm okay with this.
We have a few minutes left with Eric, and then we'll be getting to our second hour. We're going to bring on our guests in a few minutes. But if anyone wants to get in with a call on anything we've been talking about, the studio line is open 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. Hey, did you want to touch on the other thing that we talked about on Messenger just briefly?
Yeah, we can, because it's very interesting.
Yeah. So the Daily Wire apologized for. I think you might be able to explain it better than I can, because I think you have a better understanding of what happened.
Okay, there's a TV show that has been on for 3 seasons. It's mainly shown on Peacock, called The Chosen.
Okay.
It is the first ever multi-season series about the life of Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Apparently, there was a scene in one of the more recent episodes where a pride flag was shown.
Okay.
A Daily Wire writer wrote an article that was borderline hate speech.
Okay.
Towards the show.
Why was that in the? I don't understand though. So have you watched the show?
I have not. No.
Okay, I'm just wondering why the, but it's about the life of Jesus?
Yes.
So how?
I don't.
Yeah, you haven't seen it, so you don't know either. I get it, but yeah, I'm just curious how that even happened.
Why are you attacking the show?
Right.
The director of that episode, who should have seen it, attack the producers, but to blatantly attack the show for this was dumb. It didn't serve a purpose.
Right.
And I've said this so many times on your show. As Christians, we are supposed to hate the sin, love the sinner.
Mm-hmm.
They are two totally different things.
Yeah.
So I've had people tell me, oh, it's getting time to the month where you just get all mad and angry. And I tell them, no, I don't get mad and angry. I don't partake in anything. I've had employers in the past ask me if I wanted to volunteer at the Pride Parade.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, absolutely not. They would have days where you pay $1 and you get to wear t-shirt and shorts. I would not do that because I know where the money would go.
Yeah.
You know, so that, but I wouldn't be, how do I say this delicately? You know what? I'm not going to say it delicately. I love everybody.
Right.
I don't hate anyone.
Yeah.
God gave us free will. God gave us the ability to choose. And, you know, so the Bible does state that it is sin. That cannot be debated.
Well, there are theologians who debate that, but
right.
But
it's pretty clear cut if you read the verses.
Okay.
I mean, when they say man laying with man is an abomination, that's pretty much.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know much more about theology than I do. I'm not a religious person.
I'm not a theological expert by any stretch.
No, I know, but I'm just saying I'm not. You know, I'm not religious myself. My dad could speak to it more. I obviously I just but I just wanted to point out though. I mean, there are people who say, you know, nothing in the Old Testament should be taken literally, and then you've got the New Testament is what you want to focus on and all that. So I just
agree with that.
What's that?
Also in the New Testament as well, because with the new covenant, I mean, we no longer have to do burnt offerings for sin. We don't have to burn cattle because we did something wrong.
Right.
So yeah, that's one of my things is when people come at me and they say, oh, well, do you not wear clothing of mixed materials? Well, that's Levitical law. And Levitical law with the new covenant was basically done.
Yeah.
So, and the same with eating shrimp. That was Levitical law. Levitical law was basically thrown out with the new covenant in the New Testament.
Okay.
But my point is this. As Christians, we should not hate anyone.
Yeah,
so this guy writing this article, bashing this show, and saying how they're pushing a pro-LGBTQI agenda, and how they're doing this, and how they're doing that. It was a mistake.
Yeah.
A mistake was made. Mistakes happen. I'm going to guess that The Chosen probably doesn't operate on a major budget.
Yeah. It is interesting that the Daily Wire apologized and acknowledged that they made a mistake running that piece, because that's unusual. We live in a media culture where no one ever apologizes for much of anything. So,
right. And I was shocked by that too, especially to have the top guy apologize for it.
Jeremy Boring, he issued the apology. Yeah, he said it was terrible and they shouldn't have run that. So that's good for them, I guess. I mean, you know, acknowledging that's good.
Right. And so, yeah, I give them a lot of credit because to attack the show was wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
And honestly, I might go back and watch the episode to see if I can see the scene.
Well, now I'm just curious about the context and what...
It just sounds like it ended up in the background of a scene.
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, there are... As someone who's been a part of television broadcasts, there's so many things that can go wrong that you miss.
Right, of course.
There just is. Like, we one time did an entire newscast with an anchor that had a piece of sausage on her lapel.
Really?
Yeah. We're camera operators. We didn't see it.
Oh, God.
Viewers were calling in like saying, why does she have sausage on her lapel?
Oh, people could tell what it was. Oh, wow. That's horrific.
We're live.
Yeah.
What are we gonna, like, we have so many things we're worrying about.
Right. Eric, we got to let you go in a second because we are approaching the top of the hour. One other question for you, just really quickly, because it reminded me of this, and I didn't say anything to you about this, but I am curious. Have you followed the Ted Cruz thing at all?
I have not, because to me, Ted Cruz is old news. Like, he's reached the peak in his political career. Like, he will never run for president again. If he does, it would be rather foolhardy. He really is another guy that I have no faith in. I can't believe in anything Ted Cruz says.
I'm generally with you, but I found myself kind of cheering for him a little bit, which is a very weird thing to say. But so I don't know if you saw anything about this or if listeners know about it, but apparently so he came out strong against that law, the new laws in Uganda, or I don't know how new they are, but now we're learning about them, about executing gay people. And Ted Cruz came out strong against that and says, that's barbaric. He wrote a long tweet about it, and he even put the LGBTQ hashtag in the tweet, which that might be the most newsworthy thing about it. But, so he's standing up for people and he's getting attacked from the right for doing that. But he's standing his ground on it and saying, look, basically what he said was that regardless of what his faith informs him on the subject, he said, this is wrong and we need to speak out about this, what they're doing in Uganda. He said, this is wrong and you can't execute people for being gay. It's insane. And he's holding his ground and he's getting attacked by, like, Jenna Ellis, one of those Trump lawyers attacked him, and Cruz is just like, Jenna, how can you be okay with what they're doing? This is, I don't know. It's a rare moment that I'll cheer on Ted Cruz, but I was on Team Ted for that.
Ted Cruz has always been, in my opinion, anti-Trump. I mean, he's supporting for the good of the party.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's any more than that.
Oh yeah, no, and I don't trust the guy, and I don't trust him to be. And you know what? And even on this, is probably he probably has some sort of hidden motive. Maybe there's a billionaire donor who happens to be gay who said, "Hey Ted, can you say something about this, and I'll give you a bunch of money." So I'm not saying we should trust him, but I saw that and I said, well, he got this one right. So and it was good, and it was good to see him hold his ground against. Because he can be a little squishy. He's not known for having a lot of spine necessarily, and but he held his ground on that, and he's getting attacked and saying, Ted, why, what are you, pro-gay now or something? And he's like, no, I'm just sticking up for these people who don't deserve to be executed. This is barbaric, and I don't know, good on him.
And yeah, and I mean, like I said, I don't trust anything Ted Cruz says.
Yeah.
But it's if he told me the sky was blue, I'd have to go out and check.
Right. Understood.
So disingenuous.
No, I know.
Because he has said so many different things, and it's just like, okay, he's up there with Rudolph Giuliani.
Well, Rudy's a different level. But we're at the top of the hour, Eric. I am going to play your new theme music though from the band Motorhead to play you out as you demanded, sir. As you demanded. And is that are you typing another hashtag? Is that what I hear? But I appreciate the discussion. Oh,
Yeah,
and before you go, you should plug your film review for Friday.
This week's film review is a film I'd never seen before until this week.
Oh, okay.
It is James Dean's Rebel Without a Cause.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm probably going to do a reviewing of it tonight because I tried writing the script and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Because John Hopwood and your father actually gave some other insights.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know they're both big fans of my dad is definitely a big fan of James Dean. I remember growing up, he would talk about him a lot.
So I was just like, those are things that I really want to touch on.
Yeah.
So I'm going to rewatch it tonight and really try to delve into those things because they had a spirited discussion on it. So
yeah, excellent. Well, we do look forward to that, and we do appreciate it.
So yeah, well, yes, and I do appreciate being on your show and you allowing me to contribute.
Oh, well, very nice, very nice. Well, now I'm definitely gonna. I was just kidding before, but now that you said that, I am actually going to play your music.
Thank you.
All right, very good. All right, thank you, Eric. We will let you go, and we will look forward to the film review on Friday.
Thank you, Matt.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, that's our friend Eric Pilcher from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And here's a little Motorhead for you. And then when we come back, we've got stand-up audio in studio with us. Don't go away. There's plenty more to come. Looking forward to talking with these guys. Stick around. on down to the Hop Knot at 1000 Elm Street, Manchester's premier craft beer and gourmet pretzel bar. Tell us more, Trudy.
We make our dough fresh every day. We make a variety of styles of pretzels and serve craft beer, cocktails, and a few bottles of wine. We do the traditional pretzel, and we have multiple flavors for that. We also do stuffed pretzels, pretzel sandwiches, 3 dessert pretzels, and pretzel knots.
The Hop Knot in the Brady Sullivan Plaza at 1000 Elm Street.
Bring your kitchen to life with Queen City Cabinetry, located at 87 Elm Street in the historic Sunbeam Mall in Manchester. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. They can be reached at 603-222-2007 or on the web at queencitycabinetrynh.com. Come see the possibilities. Queen City Cabinetry, another proud sponsor of WMNH.
Clemento's Pizzeria, family friendly, awesome for a date night. Clemento's Pizzeria. For delivery, call 603-782-8450. Clemento's Pizzeria, the best pizza in town. 1875 South Willow Street in Manchester, New Hampshire. Best cocktails around. Come in as friends and leave as family.
This hour on WMNH is sponsored by CGI Business Solutions, located at 5 Dartmouth Drive in Auburn. They serve all your business needs, including employee benefits planning, corporate design and business administration, investments and wealth management, and customized business insurance solutions. Their phone number is 866-841-4600 or on the web at cgibusinesssolutions.com.
WMNH, rip the knob off.
She's coming through my window. She's working on a dirty mind. Begging again, refusing again. I made a heartache that'll never end. One hand free and aiming to please. I can't argue with her expertise. Smooth like the lace on her hips, sweet like the lies from her lips. With a smile she can bite that whip. She goes down like a 5th of Jim Beam, and I'm feeling like it's gotta be. She had it coming when she heard about me. Had a conscience, but it ain't with me tonight. She says she's ready for round 2, and I'm the man for the job. Here comes the night, I'll try to get through with a bottle of love and a crawling tattoo. Expensive mistress that I can't afford, stole my sweet little ride just because she was born. Smooth like the lace on her hips, sweet like the lies from her lips. With a smile she can bite that whip. She goes down like a 5th of Jim Beam, and I'm feeling like it's gotta be. She had it coming when she heard about me. Had a conscience, but it ain't with me tonight.
Oh, that is good stuff. That is Ain't With Me from Stand Up Audio. And we've got two of the guys from the band here with us in studio. We're going to talk with them in just a moment. Really looking forward to this. And we're going to talk about the big show they got coming up. And welcome. We have crossed into the second hour number 2, numero dos of Matt Connerton Unleashed. And we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in glorious downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Also on Comcast 97 if you're in Manchester. And hello to all of our online listeners across the nation and around the globe. You can go to my website, mattconnerton.com, for all your live streaming options, social media links, contact info, show archives, etc., etc. Today is Wednesday, May 31, 2023. And we've got Joe and, well, actually, wait, you're both...
Yes, we are.
We have Joe and Joe. We have Joe Pero and Joe. How do you say your last name?
Cadret.
Cadret. Yes, from the band Stand Up Audio. Welcome, guys.
Matt, what's going on, dude? Hey.
Thanks for having us, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's another member of the band in the Facebook live chat, by the way. Ben Cooper is in there, I saw. Ben was with you last time you guys were here. So welcome back. How long ago was that that you were on?
Last year. I believe it was last year that Ben and I were here.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Time goes so quick.
Yep.
It really does. Wow. So you guys have a big show this weekend. Jenny and I are going to be there. You've invited us at the Rex.
Yeah.
Right downtown and around the corner here.
Yeah, we're very excited about it.
Yeah. What time are you guys playing?
Showtime is 7:30.
And it's just you guys. There's no opener. It's just you. Yeah.
An evening with.
Very cool. Very cool. Are you guys playing out a lot?
Not as much as we would like, that's for sure. But we've been really preparing for this large show.
Yeah.
And kind of woodshedding that right now.
Yeah.
But we're this is going to be like a jumping off place to add more shows in the future.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a great, that's a nice room. So that's a cool way to do it.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
Have you been there before?
Yes. Not recently, though. Okay. Not for a while.
We have not.
Okay. Very nice. We should, let me say, if you've got any questions or anything for the band, you can give us a call at 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. And I do want to say hello to everybody in the Facebook live chat as well, because we got some people in there. And let's see, Melanie La Liberty, I did mention, is in the chat room, as well as Crystal, our friend from the great state of Illinois. Also, Jason Federson, J-Fed, as he's known, from Vermont. Let's see, Jenny, of course, is in the chat room.
Jenny!
And Ben Cooper, of course, from Stand Up Audio, is in the chat room as well. I saw Eric Pilcher. Eric Pilcher is in the chat room, of course. Hashtag get Eric a shirt. he wants one of these. You know what it is? He saw these nice new WMNH shirts like the one I've got, and he's all jealous now, and he wants one. But I told him he's all the way out in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I mean, that requires, getting one, putting it in an envelope. You got to put postage on it. I mean, who has the time? Really,
That's a lot of work.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot to do. And with inflation, postage is more expensive. Just want to make sure we don't miss anybody in here. DJ Steve is in the Facebook live chat. DJ Steve, of course, I see every Friday night for Retro Spectrum Radio with Paulie C right here on WMNH. Fridays is my long day here, and I really enjoy that. Let's see. Tony Petrello is in the Facebook live chat. Do you guys know him? He's a local musician.
From where is local? Concord, Manchester?
Manchester, yeah.
Probably not.
Let's see. I thought I saw somebody else pop. Mike from Queen City Cabinetry. Another one of our co-hosts on Retro Spectrum Radio and one of our great sponsors here at WMNH, Queen City Cabinetry in the historic Sunbeam Mall. Miriam Banish also joins us in the Facebook live chat. Knight Skylard from Greensboro, North Carolina is in the chat and says, Good afternoon, hashtag Matt. They love the hashtags in Greensboro, North Carolina. Good afternoon, hashtag Matt, and how are you doing, we say, and who are the fellas? Well, this is Joe and Joe from Stand Up Audio.
You know, Matt, if you're really nice to that guy, you might be able to get some moonshine.
Night Skylard?
Yeah, no.
Some moonshine?
From maybe.
Is
You can always ask.
Is that even legal?
Who knows?
It's funny. When I think of moonshine, I immediately think of the Dukes of Hazzard, and I saw Jenny and I saw this clip. This just happened. I don't know if you guys saw this. That in Georgia, this car is on the highway. It like comes up to like a truck with that they transport cars on. Not a tow truck, but one of those trucks that they deliver the cars on, and the car. Like it looks like right out of the Dukes of Hazzard, the car somehow manages to get on the truck and launches.
Oh, it was parked on the side of the road?
Yeah.
Yes, I did see
you
that.
You did see that? Isn't that crazy?
It looked almost made up.
Yeah.
It was just too unbelievable.
I know. But yeah, apparently it was real. Night Skylard says, Joe by Joe, we are a pop singing group of Night Skylard from Greensboro, North Carolina. Hashtag Matt, we are watching you from Greensboro, North Carolina.
Well, thanks a lot.
Yes.
We appreciate it. And keep on rocking.
Very good. Well, if you'd like to call in, again, we've got the guys from Stand Up Audio here. 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. And I do see Joe Pilcher, Eric's cousin, in the chat room says, hashtag get Eric a shirt.
Actually, Matt, I believe it's North Carolina where there's a thing called the 11'8", which is a bridge.
Yeah.
That just eats any. People do not pay attention, and they just always get can opened. So I think it's 11'8", or they raised it 4 inches because there's a train track that goes over the top.
Oh.
And so they can't really mess with the railroad too much.
Yeah.
And they can't dig down because there's water underneath or something like that.
Okay.
So a guy put out 2 cameras that is consistently chopped up many box trucks, Cintas thing, and because it became kind of funny. So now I think that's in North Carolina. So,
no kidding.
Sorry for the tangent there.
Yeah, no
Pretty
worries.
cool. Pretty cool.
Now,
11'8".
You were asking me about we don't see him in the chat room yet, but Heath is he new? I don't remember. Was he in the band before?
Yes.
He was. Okay.
Well, wait a second. Actually, either he was just joining, or he was not. We were looking for that infamous bass player. We were thinking about getting you back on the bass again.
Oh, that's right. I think I remember you asking me if I was playing.
You were still playing.
Yeah.
Hey, but yeah, he was the last guy to join.
Yeah, because I feel like the last time you were here, I even said to Jenny, I said, oh, there's a 4th guy now. Because I was looking at your website, because I didn't remember seeing him in there before. So on the studio tracks, is it who's playing bass? Are you?
First album, I'm playing bass.
Okay.
Second album, Heath is doing all the bass work.
Okay. Are you guys recording that now?
No, it's mixing.
Oh, you're at the mixing stage. Okay.
But it's we're like 90% there.
Cool.
Yeah,
oh,
it moves along quick. So this Saturday we'll be playing pretty much everything we got except for the one Christmas song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll keep that for the season.
Yeah. So do you have any kind of an ETA on when that's going to be out, the new album?
Oh, probably by early fall.
Yeah.
We'll at least have it or be finished.
Okay. Cool. Full album? Like how many?
Full album.
How many songs?
9 tunes.
Excellent.
Yep.
Was the first one an EP or a full album?
Full album.
That's a full album.
I believe in full albums.
Yeah.
EPs, I understand, but I try to keep it to 9 songs.
Yeah.
Because I always thought anything more than that is overkill.
Yeah.
When someone hands you their CD that's got like 14 songs on it,
yeah.
I don't want to listen to it. It's
right.
The tension span today. That is too much. I still like physically having a CD.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, even a record. I guess Joe's actually introduced me to download cards, which is the way of the world, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
in I believe it was in 2022, if I'm not mistaken, was the first time that vinyl actually outsold CDs.
Oh.
Because vinyl obviously it never really went away, but now it's people are getting so into vinyl and obviously too, if you're buying something new that's vinyl, you either need to have a record player or I think probably, I don't know if there's any stats on this, but I suspect that most people who buy vinyl at this point are never even open it. They're just getting it because it's an artist that they love so much that they just want to have to collect the vinyl copy.
There are a lot of collector discs that they put out and stuff like that people just buy them for collecting.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
But it's interesting. CDs, I had last week, I had a couple of hip-hop artists on from Hellhound Publishing, Cody Pope and Byron G. And, they're young guys, but they were like, yeah, we put everything. They have Hellhound is their record label.
Okay.
And they're like, yeah, we still put out CDs for all the artists. We still really believe in physical media. And I remember, it was 10 years ago that I left that company now. But when I worked at FYE, which had previously been Strawberries, we were still selling a lot of CDs. Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. You remember, yeah?
I do.
Yeah.
I worked at the one in Concord.
When did you work there?
For like maybe 7 months.
Oh.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yep.
I didn't realize that. Yeah, I worked there.
At the very beginning?
I was there. I was there. I can't even remember. Sometime in the
All right.
late.
If you were into
it would have been late 90s.
Okay, see, I worked there briefly and just as it opened.
Because I moved around to different stores too. Oh, just as it opened.
Just as it opened.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And then I couldn't afford to live on that, so I went and found work elsewhere.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was a moment caught in time.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I'll be damned.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, when I left that company, we were still selling a lot of CDs, and I remember some occasionally somebody would make a comment like, "Wow, people still buy CDs?" And I said, "Yeah, because a lot of people, they want the artwork and the liner notes and everything, and
love that stuff."
Yeah. So there's still I don't know if they'll ever go away. It's interesting, as we get older, I find it interesting to see what kind of technologies change or phase out and are replaced and what sticks around. And sometimes it's interesting how the timeline doesn't work out the way you think it's going to. For example, I thought cassette tapes were going to go away a lot sooner than they did. And I think the only reason they lasted as long as they did initially was because of the automotive industry. Once they stopped putting cassette decks in cars, that was it. Then cassettes finally started to go away, but they lasted a lot longer than I thought. But now they're back.
You can get those now.
Yeah. I noticed I was on, I think it was probably 5 or 6 years ago, I was on bandcamp.com and I was looking up bands for the other show that I do and looking up bands from the area. And I was like, wait a minute, they're selling cassettes. These bands are selling limited edition cassette versions. I couldn't believe it. I was stunned. And now it's a big thing again. I guess some people like the sound of tape hiss, I guess.
Right. That was a whole version of CDs, so we wouldn't have to listen to.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But I have to admit, a brand new cassette played 2 or 3 times, and then after like the third or fourth time, sounds phenomenal. I thought.
Yeah.
Because I was listening that close.
Well, of course.
That intently,
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But yeah, that's amazing to me. And now, you can still buy cassette players. I mean, cassettes never went away entirely in the sense that, you could always buy blank tapes, for recording or whatever. But to see now so many artists are, I mean, it's usually, local indie people, but putting out cassettes, mind blowing to me. Mind blowing.
You're literally printing on rust.
Yeah.
It's what happens,
Right. Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Somebody handed me a CD. I forget who it was. So we have a CD player here in this at the station. It's built into this. I had never used it. Somebody, who was it? Oh, it was Frankie.
Goes to Hollywood. No.
Frankie. No, it was Frank. Was it Frankie Blues and the Blues Express? I don't have the name right.
Blues Explosion?
No. There's a guy named Frankie Blue. I can't get the name. It's in the back of my mind. But these guys handed me a CD, and I was like, "Oh, I've been here 6 years." It was the first time anyone had handed me a CD, like live on the air. And I said, "Well," but I knew the CD player worked because Rob. Do you guys know Rob Azevedo from Granite State of Mind? He does a show. His show is almost entirely local music, and his show airs on Friday nights from right after mine from 6 to 7. But he uses the CD player, so I knew that it worked.
Right.
But I had never used it, and then I'm like, I put the CD in, and I'm pushing the buttons, and I'm like, oh my god!
The minute you get rid of that.
Oh, Jenny got it. And yeah, Frankie Boy and the Blues Express. Yeah, really good blues band from the area.
Okay, from the area.
But yeah, they handed me a CD. And it was like the only copy they had because it was for their upcoming album, so I had to give it back at the end. So I had to be very careful with it. But yeah, but it worked. But yeah, I think so. I don't know if CDs will ever go away. I mean, personally, I don't. I like everything digital because I don't like I'm kind of almost like an anti-materialist. Like I don't collect anything.
Right.
You would think that I would because as a Kiss fan, you would think I would collect things, but I don't even.
I have a few posters still hanging around from way back when, but I have the records.
Yeah.
But I don't do that either. I don't
Yeah. I mean,
much stuff to carry if you move.
Oh, yeah. Totally. I mean, you can go online, find anything you want instantly.
Joe, do you have any of that stuff?
Oh, yeah. Sure do. I had an old, it was like called a CD jukebox. It held like 300 CDs.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. And I still have the CDs from all that. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but.
But you don't have the jukebox?
No, it ended up breaking, and I tried to find one online, and you can't even find them anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And there's probably not like a jukebox repair person you can call.
No, I'm sure you could probably find somebody, but
yeah.
It just wasn't worth it.
Oh, that's wild.
How about the Kiss posters? Do you have any of those hanging around? Or?
No, I don't have any of those.
Well,
I wasn't
right.
a big Kiss fan.
Yeah,
I was, but
What so now, because Joe, this is our first time meeting. Have you been in? I assume you've been in other bands prior to Stand Up Audio. You've probably been around the scene.
Oh yeah, I've been in bands since I can remember. I mean, back in the '80s, I was in a band called Rocks that was doing pretty well, and plenty of cover bands. But I've always written originals at some point. And always tried to get the bands I was in to write originals. We'd get a couple, and then it would kind of phase out. So. I knew Joe had written originals, and so one day I saw him at one of the pubs where either he or I were playing at, and I asked him, I said, "You write originals?" Yep. So that's how we got together.
Okay.
And started this whole thing. So yeah, I was very excited when he said yes, and the first time out with the All Sevens project, it did pretty good. We got some pretty good songs out of it and stuff, but we took a little break, and then I approached him again, and then. Here we are now with Stand Up Audio. Very lucky to have the players that we have in the band too.
Yeah.
Good players.
So All Sevens, refresh my memory. So was that the previous band?
Yes.
Okay, but you guys were both in that.
Yeah, we were both in that, and I can't remember.
It was all of us except for the bass player.
Okay.
So Ben was singing.
Oh, okay.
There was a bass player named Tim. Tim
Vent.
Tim Vent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
and we made one CD. It was great.
Yeah.
And then, I went off and did other things, and that was that, and decided to do round 2, and here we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Joe, when you approached Joe, were you in Pleasant Street Mafia at that point, or?
The Mafia was always around. And it never stopped. But it was like that chapter had been closed.
Yeah.
And we're still big in Australia.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why. But anyway. But
for real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One song is, I think I could buy a whole 6-pack of beer with it. So
Yeah.
to me, that means a lot.
Right.
But the PSM like I said, chapter closed. Still love the music. Great times, a lot of laughs. But what am I going to do now? And so here we are again.
Yeah. I believe you were still in Fuzzbox, and I'm.
Oh, yeah, Fuzzbox.
Yeah,
Yep, still
and
the Fuzzbox.
I'm still in Stray Dog. So
Okay.
but I really needed an outlet for originals, and I knew Joe. He's a great guitar player, great collaborator. He takes what I write and plays real guitar.
Yeah.
I get enough guitar to get the song started, and then he does it how it should be. So.
Gotcha. DJ Steve, by the way, says that tune you played was awesome. They're really good. So you got a fan in DJ
Heck,
Steve.
buddy.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
See you Saturday.
There you go. Saturday at the Rex Theater. Let's you know what? Let's play another track. Should we play we could play the single or the presumed single, right? The why does it have to be this? Why does it have to end this way?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does it have to end this way?
Oh, does it? I knew I didn't have the title exactly
all
right.
good. All good. Anyway.
Yeah, great track, and I do play this on the show occasionally when I'm looking for just for something good for the break between the first and second hour. Such a great track. Yeah, let's give this a listen, and then we'll come back and talk to these guys a bit more.
Yes.
So here it is. This is Stand Up Audio. This is called "Does It Have to End This Way?"
Looking at a man that won't be pushed, like I said. Won't be long before I'm gone, all gone. Two of us and only one side of right. Built your fences high, so now I have to climb. You can have it, with or without, but you can't have it both ways. So tell me, baby, does it have to end this way? Used to be a priority. Now I won't be the option. Gotta be your way, I'll choose the highway. No compromise, so that I'm down the road. You can have it, with or without, but you can't have it both ways. So tell me, baby, does it have to end this way? You can have it, with or without, but you can't have it both ways. So tell me, baby, does it have to end this way?
I love it. Does it have to end this way? Stand Up Audio. These guys are tomorrow on the show. There's a remastered version that I'm going to play for everybody, so you get to hear that. But these guys sound great. And Rhonda Favero in the chat room from California said, "Digging that beginning guitar riff," which is funny because I was saying to Joe Perro that off mic I was saying I just think that's such a great riff. And Jenny says, MCU crew at the Rex. Yes, absolutely. And Ben Cooper says, yes, sir.
That's a PSM reference, by the way.
What's that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Was he? I forget. Was he in PSM with you?
Let's see. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That band, how long was that band around? Because it seemed like you had a bunch of CDs, right?
Yeah, we have 4 now. On that outfit.
Or I shouldn't say was, because it technically it still exists, right?
Oh yeah, it's still it's still around.
You never broke up, but
no. Basically one guy, the guy who's on all the album covers, he passed away. So we kind of limped to the finish line with the last CD and say, okay, there's one for Fallen Brother.
Okay, gotcha.
So that's why, another reason why, hey, all right, this is the end of the road for this. Awesome. Turn the page.
Makes sense. Yeah. Oh, JFed from Vermont also says that was good.
Vermont, no way.
Nice.
Maple syrup.
Yes. And I see my dad in the chat room as well, Martin. He's in there.
Mr. Martin.
Yes. Now, how many songs originals do you guys have? You probably have
20.
20, yeah.
20.
Yeah. We don't have a lack of original material, which is a bit unusual for an original band. I mean, we got another third CD. We've already got
4
or 5 songs in the making already. So
yeah. When you play out, do you do any covers or do you just do originals?
Who knows what we do?
Might sneak one in, but just one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, can you tell us
you got to see the show, man.
Got to see the show.
Man.
Top secret.
Yep.
Yeah, so these guys are going to be at the Rex Theater Saturday night. Show starts at 7:30, is that correct?
7:30 show.
7:30. Yeah. And there is an intermission so people can get their beer.
That's right.
Very good. Where do you guys record?
Right now, this last CD, we did most of it in Joe's studio at his house. So
okay.
Yeah. It came out really good. The next one's coming out. It sounds really nice.
That's right, because I remember the last time when you were here, we talked about that, and you
the drums were done at the music school in Concord.
Okay,
and because they have a room that sounds phenomenal.
Yeah,
and the basic tracks were done there. Then when the room is given to you for free, you can only push that train so far before you have to vacate and record in closets.
Right.
Yep. And I finished most everything in Fuzz Studio.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what you call...
Fuzz, F-U-Z-Z Studio.
Okay. Yeah, because I think I remember you, with PSM, didn't you kind of learn as you went how to...
Oh, God, yeah.
How to record,
and I'm still learning now. Actually, one of the reasons why we're doing the remastering things, Joe, next to me or whoever... he kind of opened up my eyes and ears to a few things, and I'm going, all right, I know when stuff needs a hand too, but I did not hear that. He did.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, you're right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that when I recorded with another original band I was in for a bit at a place called Halo Studios in Portland, Maine.
Okay.
And very good studio, and they were talking about mastering. Now, they don't do any mastering. This is a great studio. I think the Pretty Reckless actually did a track or 2 up there recently.
Oh, okay. Yep.
But they don't do the mastering. Mastering's a whole new art. And when they gave the song from what we recorded to what was mastered, it was a huge difference.
Yeah.
Just in sound. So,
yeah. I've often heard people say, and I agree with it, the real test is how does it sound in the car?
Oh, always. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where people listen to music the most anyway, probably, is in the car while driving. So
when I've gotten so far on something, I feel like, all right, I want to show the guys. Well, at the next rehearsal, we go out to Ben's car.
Yep.
I'm in the back seat because I've heard it enough.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think? And I get feedback. Then I go and try to do what they ask because they're in the band too.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, work in progress, but a lot of fun still.
Yeah, it's I really like asking musicians, how do you record and what the process is, because we live in a time where there's so many different options now. Like when we were growing up, it was you go to a studio, go to some $1 million studio and spend a bunch of money that you may or may
don't
not
have.
Right.
You have to pay for it though.
Right.
That's what a lot of people still don't realize.
Yeah, and then now there's so many, and there's still a lot of great studios around, but you also have so many options as far as I talk to artists who everybody records their parts at home and they're emailing files back and forth and somebody's putting it all together, and it's just amazing what you can do now with the technology.
I know. Oh yeah, but we don't email anything.
Yeah.
I just no. Come to the house if you want to hear something.
Yeah.
Right. But as far as recording techniques, yes, that's all nice and good, but still, what are you recording? The song has to be, I like to think, really good.
Yeah.
At least for what we do anyway in the world of rock and roll music.
Yeah. How do you guys, for someone who's never heard you, how do you, everyone always say it's this question, but how do you describe your sound? Because as you can hear some different influences.
So Joe, could you tell me, what do you think, sir, on that one?
It's definitely in the classic rock vein, but a little bit more of a modern twist to it.
Yeah.
Very eclectic, because if you listen to the CDs, Joe and I write very differently.
Yeah.
And you're going to see a big range, anywhere from a little bit of a pop influence to a southern rock to a classic rock and to just regular straight ahead rock and roll.
Yeah. We have actually a very talented musician in his own right on the phone. Brooklyn Mike joins us. Hello, Brooklyn Mike.
Does he owe you?
Matt, how are you?
He doesn't owe you money, does he?
No.
Okay, good. Right. Just looking out for you, man.
I appreciate it. What's up, Brooklyn Mike?
Not much. Hi, Joe and Joe. I just wanted to comment on what I just heard. In the old days, we used to say that was a great record. And
yeah,
in my opinion, what I call a great record is when you have a great song, it's performed well, recorded well, engineered, produced, and that was all of the above. It was amazing.
Wow, I really appreciate that. Thank you.
You have the song. You're welcome. The songwriting, the lyrics, the performance. I mean, the guitar solo. And I'm not. This is the honest truth. If I had just tuned in and heard that song playing on the radio, I would have thought it was ZZ Top.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's definitely an influence to our type of music. So.
Very nice. Very nice.
Absolutely amazing.
No,
so I won't hold you any longer. I just wanted to give my opinion. And Matt, you've had a lot of performers on the show, and these guys are tops. I mean, I don't know if I've heard anybody better than this on the show right now.
Wow.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you very much.
Very nice. Very nice.
You're welcome. So keep up the great work and never stop what you're doing. Just keep going, man.
Thank you, my friend.
We will. Thank you.
All right, Mike. Thank you
You're
for
welcome.
the call. Appreciate it.
Talk to you later.
All
You're welcome, Matt. Take care.
All right,
Bye-bye.
you too. Bye-bye.
I have to admit, Brooklyn's got a good point because it's the actual experience of an album. I mean, you might not have you might not like or love every song, but if you have, like I'm just going to throw out there AC/DC Back in Black.
Mm-hmm.
Just the experience of listening the whole album through both sides and just going, that was an experience. Other albums, I like all the way up to this point, I'm not a fan of that song. And,
right.
but I still love the rest of it.
Yeah.
So that's the whole, I like an album that makes a statement. That's probably one of the reasons why I don't do singles if the arm's twisted.
Yeah.
But the album is a statement.
Yeah.
I always thought. Still to this day, at 51, I'm going, I want to. The album means more than just one song.
What I've noticed is I've had a lot of guests on the show who their strategy this has become very common, is they'll release singles, because you got to feed that machine, that social media machine. They'll release a series of singles that ultimately become an album. Like they get to a point where, okay, they have enough where they put it all together into an album, but they release, instead of putting out an album and then releasing singles, kind of the inverse of how the music industry used to work, or still does if you're a national act on a major label. But
I don't know. I don't mean to sound like a dinosaur, but that's how I still look at it. It was actually a whole album.
Yeah.
But if you need to pull a single off it, like, this
right,
one, okay, pull a single off of the album, but not just write one song going to say, this is going to be a single, this is going to be a hit. No.
Yeah. It's just like with recording, there's so many different, because of the internet, there's so many different ways to do it now. It's, we live in an interesting time.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
It's not always good. It's not really. But, I'm not in everyone else's shoes.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Hey, by the way, did I hear you guys say something, I think off mic, about Hazel Eyes? Is that the song you guys are going to be doing a video?
Yes. Yeah. We're going to record some footage from this show this Saturday.
Oh.
Joe's got a plan to go to Deerfield Fair and do some footage there, and we're going to put it all together
and not get kicked out.
And not get kicked out.
We found a way in. Oh, did I say that? Oh, gee. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh, hold on. Psychic callback.
Is that the...
Oh, it's freaking Oprah. Jeez. Christ's sakes. All right. Never mind. Okay. It'll be quiet in a second here. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Matt. Sorry, world.
Yes. What do you mean not get kicked out of the fair? What do you mean?
Well, no one's there.
Right, if we start going in there with video cameras,
okay.
Somebody drives by and says, "There's something going on there that shouldn't be." So.
I see.
But I can tell you, if you ever want to sneak into a fairground, you got to have a front. So you bring a chick with you, and you bring a dog, and one that's just happened to be driving by, looking. I wonder what's going on here. Oh, it's just a couple walking their dog. What a picture. When really we're scoping the place out. All right, video would be really cool here, and stuff like that. So,
wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's very rock and roll.
Oh, shh.
I mean, or it would be if someone were to do that.
I don't know.
Will this be the first music video that the band has done?
Yes.
Cool. All right. Excellent. So we should, before we run out of time, I think we'll probably close the show with that track, Hazel Eyes. Do you have any idea on when the video? I mean, I know you haven't even made it yet, but any idea when the video might be arriving?
I would think we would try to coincide it with the release of the CD. So
okay.
So I would say it's some early fall. So
yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Very good. So before we run out of time too, we should make sure so everyone knows this Saturday at the Rex, it is an evening with stand-up audio starting at 7:30.
And we're just to let you know, we're going to be playing a short set at the open mic at Strange Brew tonight.
Oh, okay.
8 o'clock, I believe.
Yeah.
So the 4 or 5 tunes, maybe. I'm not the one who's spearheading that. So
yeah.
If you're around, if you want to come check it out, love to see you.
Matt, we kind of forgot this. We'd like to give away 2 tickets today on air. I don't know how we could pull that off. But,
well,
we ran out of time.
Yeah, I mean, I could try to do that tomorrow. I mean, we've still got tomorrow and Friday.
Yeah, so see if you can do a ticket giveaway for that.
Well, it's too late to do it today, but yeah, we could do that.
Or if you call now.
Yeah, we're about out of time, but yeah, we could do that. Yeah, I do that tomorrow. No reason why not.
All right, that sounds great.
Yeah, very cool. All right. Oh, and where should people go online to keep up with everything you guys are doing?
We have a website, standupaudionh.com. And in the Facebook is linked there as well, but I don't know the address for that.
Well, people can find it.
Yeah, if you just search Stand Up Audio, it's on the web. But it's standupaudionh.com.
Okay, very good. And Jenny posted that in the Facebook too for
Jenny,
our listeners online. Yeah. Very good. Well, gentlemen, thank you, Joe Perro, Joe Cadret. Wonderful to meet you. Joe, and of course you I already knew. I've interviewed you a bunch of times over the years, haven't I?
This is the fourth time.
This is only the fourth?
Fourth time.
I thought it was
man.
more. Wow.
Nope, that was including the one in Laconia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, with PSM.
Yep.
Back then. Yep. Very good. So we'll end with this Hazel Eyes from Stand Up Audio. Guys, thank you again. And thank you to Eric Pilcher for joining me earlier. Thank you to everybody in the Facebook Live chat. And if you missed any part of today's show, it will be up in just a little bit at WMNHradio.org and at my website, mattconnerton.com. And don't forget to be back bright and early tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. for the morning show with Peter White right here on WMNH. Yes. And don't forget our amazing sponsor, The Hop Knot, right across the street at 1000 Elm Street. And tune in tomorrow. We'll do a giveaway for those tickets to see these guys at the Rex. Yeah. And here it is. This is Hazel Eyes from Stand Up Audio to close out today's Matt Connerton Unleashed.
Hearing like you walked out of a painting. I wanna hold you and have you by my side. I want to see the whirlwind coming in your hazel eyes. Did you know I live in the same crazy world? We're lost among the crowd. Here we are at this same time and space, but you glide by without a sound. Can you see somehow, or is it just a dream? All the things that could be. I'll remember you, but will you remember me?